Good evening and welcome to blackdoctor.org. I am your host, Ask Dr. Renee, and today I have a co-host because I'm also going to be a panelist. So my co-host today is Eden Wilson, also known as Lemonerdy, also known as Chicago's amazing teen, Miss Chicago's amazing teen. Did I get that right?
Miss Chicago's outstanding teen.
Outstanding teen. See, amazing, outstanding. She's all of that. And we have my friend Andrea Polk, who is a fellow food allergy thriver as myself. And so we're going to have a great conversation. We are starting Allergy Appreciation Month. So October is Allergy Appreciation Month. And for those that don't know, I wrote a book, Mommy, I Can't Breathe. And it is the modern guide to navigate allergies and asthma because I am someone who has thrived. I don't say suffer because I don't suffer. Anyone that knows me knows I don't suffer. I thrive with food allergies and environmental allergies as well as severe asthma. So Eden is going to interview me for a switch, you guys, and then we're going to just have a lovely chat.
Hi, everyone. My name is Eden, as she said. I am a sophomore in high school. I am, as she said, Miss Chicago's outstanding teen, and I have my own YouTube channel, Lemonerdy. So everyone make sure that you go subscribe to my YouTube channel, Lemonerdy. I have Dr. Renee's book here. I've got my little tabs. I've been reading it, and I'm so excited to ask you some of these questions. And I know, Miss Andrea, you also have allergies, so I want to get both of your opinions on these different things. So the first question is just for Dr. Renee. What was your inspiration for this book? What was your writing process like, and how do you feel now that it's published?
So the inspiration was that I have recognized in recent years that more than just a few people are allergic to foods. When I was growing up, I was always the only one. I was the only one in my class, let alone the whole school. I was the only one in the entire family. I was always the only one. Whereas now it's almost common that you have 2 or 3 kids, and now you have daycares that are completely nut free, and and now you have all these foods that cater to the top 8 allergies and recipes and stuff. So none of that was out in 1976 when I was born. So I wanted parents to know that their kids can live really great, productive lives, which is what we're talking about today, managing your life with allergies. So, we travel. All 3 of us travel. We travel globally. We eat lots of different places, not just at home. So I wanted people to understand that. So that's why I wrote the book. I was like, if I can help parents to understand that their children are going to be okay, and just because they can't have and everyone else can, it doesn't mean that they have to be the outsider at school, because I was not the outsider. I didn't sit in a separate lunchroom or anything like that, or a separate table. So that was why my process was hurry up and get the book done. So, honestly, it seemed like at night is when I would be able to get a whole bunch of words. And so at night, a lot of times I was in bed typing frantically. I also tried talking into my phone and then transcribing that. So I tried a couple things, and deadlines were creeping, and so that's why I was able to hurry up and get it done.
And it feels so nice, very high quality. So I would definitely say you're a writer just because this book exists, even if it wasn't on Amazon. I love this book. You said that you wanted this book to be especially for parents so that they're not afraid that their kids will be exposed to something or have a reaction. So they'll be very informed on what they're getting into when their kid has allergies. So you kind of covered who your intended audience was, but what can someone who does not have allergies get out of your book?
You can help someone, because I promise you know somebody that's allergic. And just being kinder, a lot of people are like, Renee can't eat anything. I mean, I have thick skin. Both of you know me. I have very thick skin, so I don't care. But somebody else, they might be very offended by that comment, but I'm not, because I am allergic to a lot of things. That is the fact. The fact is that I am allergic to a lot. So, so you could be more informed on how to treat somebody. And also, there is a small population, I pray it's small, I'm just saying that, but I pray it's a small population of people who think that folks with allergies are just making it up, and it's all in their head, and they don't take it seriously. And people like us It's very serious. It's not a laughing matter. It is a 911 situation. It's very serious. And so people who, there's a story in the book about me. I went to a restaurant and they cooked the fish inside of the same fryer as the chicken. So basically took the chicken out, put it on someone's plate, then put fish in, put it on someone's plate. And so because they did that, I had an allergic reaction because I'm allergic to seafood. But they didn't seem to think that that was a big deal. But I literally, it was opening night for my not school play, but my play I was doing in the summer, and I had to carry my breathing machine backstage and my nebulizer with me and take treatments in between scenes because I literally started wheezing and having a reaction. So there's some people that, unfortunately, I don't know, they just don't think that it's a very serious matter or, whatever, and they say crazy things. And so I hope that the book will enlighten you that this is really not for play. Like, this is serious. And, granted, there are people who have sensitivities. Sensitivities are different than allergies, obviously. But people who have anaphylaxis reactions, you really need to be careful. And you need to be mindful. And I tell a story about my friend who always looks out for me. Shout out to Angela Brooks. She always, whenever she has me over for food, she always has the seafood option in a separate room, separate utensils. So there's no way that you can be cross-contamination. So I hope that people who don't have allergies can be like her and understand that, this person has allergies. So either you tell them to bring their food with them, or make them a special dish or call and inquire. Don't think people are weird when they call and ask you, what are you serving? Don't get offended. It's because they want to see, should they eat before they come? Or will they be able to eat?
So this next question is for both of you, and you kind of touched on it a little bit, but I want to hear some more about, are there any stigma around allergies? And have you ever been somewhere like a friend's house or a restaurant or an after-school program where you asked them about what they were serving or like what kind of things were touching other things and they weren't accommodating to you? Or has anyone ever been rude to you and something has happened as a result of that?
I think for me, I typically, prior to 2 years ago, I used to eat out a lot. Now I don't prefer to eat out a lot because I have a very difficult request, and I don't want to be the person that's the difficult, server. So I'm like, okay, I have soy allergy, seafood allergy, peanut allergy, and I don't do gluten. So I'm trusting that person will relay that message. But while I'm sitting around the table with other people that can eat everything, they're probably like, oh my gosh, she's just doing too much, So I think that's really the only thing. And then when I am in situations where there's food prepared, I have a lot of questions or I just don't eat. And I never want to look like the person that's not participating. But just like that, I could have an issue. So yeah, it's kind of difficult. It is very difficult. I always say this is probably the worst dis-ease or to have because at any point you could be triggered by something unbeknownst to you.
Yeah, I often, there's a lot of times that I don't eat just because I don't feel like asking 20 questions. Mm-hmm. So it just makes my life easier if I don't ask, what did you make this in? And is this and that? And I just won't eat. And I'm okay with that. And it doesn't bother me because I've been like this my whole life. So it's not a big deal. But I eat out just like I eat out. I don't think more than others, but maybe I do. I travel. And when I lived overseas for 2 years, allergic to seafood and lived on an island. They didn't do that cross-contamination thing on the island of St. Martin. So I didn't have anything to worry about.
So you guys mentioned a lot that if you don't want to ask a lot of questions, then you'll just not eat anything. But you also said that when you were in school, you never had to sit at a different lunch table. But also, if you're going out to eat with someone, they might be like, ooh, she's doing too much, or like, she can't eat anything. What advice would you give to someone who's feeling kind of left out if they have food allergies and everyone else is eating things and they can't, especially if they're young? And of course, kids want to do everything that their friends can do.
That's a good question. I think from the adult perspective, I would just be honest with, my issues are this. This is what this is what I can't do. So there's no shame in who I am, you know. If I don't say something and you consistently ask me to go out, like when I get asked to go to seafood restaurants, I have to decline because there's probably nothing that's not there
Right.
to eat. So I'll just say be yourself, and everybody's makeup is different. The times that I accommodated others were times that I reaped the benefits in a negative way. So just be yourself. We all have issues. We're all dealing with something. Yours just
Right.
happen to be what you consume. Yeah.